We're here in Panagbenga Park to interview one of our featured cyclists. Sa mga bikers, familiar itong lugar na to eh. Kasi dito ang meeting place. Meeting place ng mga bikers. Alright, kaya muna natin siya. I would like you to meet Mr. Jim Ward. Okay, so Mr. Jim, can you tell me something about yourself?
Okay, Jerry, since we have our 6 feet, it's okay. I'll take the rest.
Okay.
Easier
Me
to
too.
hear. So, my name is Jim. I like to be called Jim. My nickname is Bliss because I used to own a cafe up here called Bliss Cafe.
Okay.
That's what first brought me to Baguio. So I've been in Baguio, I've been in the Philippines for 24 years, and I've been in Baguio 17 of those 24 years. And I'm an American, but I like to say I'm an American by birth, but a Filipino by choice.
Wow.
Because you can imagine 1/3 of my life has been in your country.
I see.
And I chose Baguio because I think it's one of the best spots in the Philippines.
Yes, I do agree. So as founder of the Daily Cycle movement, can you tell us something about DCM?
Okay, so I moved up here in 2004, and I've been a biker ever since the 90s. Of course, when I was growing up as a kid, I biked, but like all of us, many of us do, we come into our teenage years and we drop the bike and we try to use dad's car or whatever, right? But I came back to biking in the 90s and loved it. So when I was biking in Manila, I joined an FC group called the Firefly Brigade. It's been around for about 22, 23 years. And I liked what they were trying to do for Manila to promote biking, not as a sport, not as a minority activity, but a mobility thing. So when I moved up here and I opened my cafe and I looked around and I saw bikers, but I saw that there was nothing like the Firefly Brigade, and the cycling here was more sports oriented. I thought, well, maybe a mobility group would be good. So we started 2006, and our first thing is we started something called the Green Ride every year, which was topping the Firefly tour of the Fireflies that they do. And it was a way to get all bikers together in Baguio in one event: the downhill guys, the triathletes, the folder bikers, and you know. And that was our first thing, and then we grew into more and more activities.
Alright. So can you tell us something behind the scene about DCM?
Yeah, well, what I'd like to share with you, I suppose a lot of our members feel that DCM is just another version of another cycling club. And we don't mind that, but there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes, because since we're about advocacy, we're trying to teach adults to learn how to bike. You know, people that missed Burnham Park in their young years for whatever reason, and they're shy to learn. So we want them to learn how to bike. Okay. Next, we want to have clinics, which we've done we have one coming up, about how to do basic maintenance on your bike, so that if you're on a ride and you have a flat or there's a gearing problem, you know the basics. Okay. And then we want, once you learn how to ride a bike and once you learn how to maintain it, we want you to feel safe alone or in a group to ride the cities of Baguio.
Alright.
Because, the old image was, I'm a biker, I throw my bike in the back of my pickup truck, I go outside the city and I bike there because it's safer there.
Yeah.
But cities are meant to be alive, like Tokyo, like London, like Seattle. There should be an active, vibrant biker movement. So that's when we started our 3 monthly rides, which I think most of our members know about. So the people can learn biking in a group and learn the skills and the confidence to be out in the city and not fear it.
Alright.
Because sayang, right? If the only time that you ride your bike is a couple of hours on the weekend.
Yes, you're correct. So the sun coming up
And then coming down.
Oh, I see.
So daily cycle means 24 hours. You're doing your movement, your daily cycle movement. That's the concept.
I see. So it's a 24 hours thing.
I forget, is this shirt the one that has on the back the distance?
Yes, the 1.5 meter. Okay. Can you tell us something about your bike? It's something unique.
Well, this bike is my newest bike. I actually have 4 bikes.
Wow.
Which sounds impressive, sounds like I have a lot of money. But my other 3 bikes are average 15 to 20 years old.
Alright.
So I have a folding bike, I have a road bike, and I have a mountain bike. But this bike is a bit special because it's a touring bike. So you can put your pannier bags, 2 on the back and 2 on the front. You have room to put your tent and your cooking stove. And this is a lot of fun for the bike packing adventures, which is kind of popular now in the last 10 years or so.
Okay.
And DCM, we even have a subgroup called the DCM Bike Packers. We've done 5 bike packing trips together so far.
Alright.
But that's not only going out with a tent into the woods. It's also, instead of getting in a car and driving to Robinson's to go shopping, why not take your bike? I can carry 30 kilos of groceries on this bike. So why not save the gas and build my legs?
Alright. And during this pandemic, they say that biking is one of the best mode of transportation. It's been encouraged many people to use biking as their way of transportation. So what can you say about this?
Sorry, looking for some water.
Okay.
Bikers, commercial, always hydrate.
Yeah.
Always keep on drinking. Okay, so the question is biking a COVID thing? Honestly, as a dedicated biker, I think it's a misnomer. I think it's a bit of an urban myth. The bikers have always been here.
Yeah.
We've always deserved the right to share the road. Why it's quite popular now with COVID is that there's more of an awareness because people that couldn't drive their car or they were afraid of jeepneys, they went into their garage or they talked to their son and they said, can I borrow that mountain bike? And they went out and they went to the bank or they went to the grocery store to buy bread or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's the new bikers. So it's always been here and we've always deserved the attention that we're getting now.
Yes.
And it's good that we're getting it, so we're not complaining. But no, I don't think it's something that's going to die out after COVID because, one thing we know from COVID, there's no immunity of it, there's no vaccine yet.
Yeah.
So all that we have to rely on is preventive measures and our immune system.
Okay.
And if a bike can help us to keep up our immune system, isn't that a great benefit? Even before or after COVID, and we don't know when after COVID's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I agree. So, what can we expect for any activities or programs about DCM or any events?
Yes, I'm happy to say that after 5 months of stopping our activities primarily, except we did the lending of bikes to our doctors and nurses, the Frontliner project. Which was pretty successful. But we are given permission under very strict conditions to resume our 3 bike rides every month. But we're going to limit the amount of riders, the proper amount of marshals, social distancing. It'll be a very small and intense group, very well constructed. So we'll be starting that again in the month of August. Our members can watch for the announcements, but all three rides, the daytime ride, the critical mass,
Okay.
the nighttime ride, the night ride, and the women's only ride, which is known as the menstrual cycle ride,
Okay.
will all be returning in the month of August.
Alright. So how can they join the Daily Cycle movement?
Yeah, well, Daily Cycle Movement is first an advocacy group, so there's a Facebook page.
Okay.
But we don't accept just anybody. There's some simple questions, entry questions. I believe there's 3. And if somebody answers those 3 questions and we take a look at their page and we see that, you know, there's probably an interest in what we're doing, we'll accept them. So we have 1,200 members on our Facebook page. We could have double that if we accepted everybody. But of that 1,200, I would say perhaps 300 to 400 of them are Baguio based, and maybe 150 to 200 of them are, you know, pretty active riders with us on our rides.
Alright.
Our actual core group that is kind of behind the scenes running things and meeting, there's probably about 6 to 8 of us.
Any final words or message for those who are not yet biking?
Well, the final word is if you're an older biker who's been with us for a while, welcome back in August. And if you're part of the new group out on the streets of Baguio, new bikers, you've tried some of the Sunday rides, you've been out on your own, join us because we'll definitely teach you safe biking skills and help you to have the confidence where the bike is not just a weekend thing, it can be an integral part of your life.
Alright. So is this really something that you can do for life or forever?
I hope forever. I hope there never comes a day that I have to sell my bikes. And I am not against electric bikes, but not for me.
Alright.
And I don't mind sharing that next month I turn 67.
Wow.
So definitely if I can do it, I think anyone can do it. And the only thing stopping you is your own lack of desire. So, you know, get out there and do it. It's worthwhile to be fit and healthy in this life.
Alright. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a nice day and ride safe always, okay?
Thank you, Jerry, for interviewing me.
Yeah,
And thanks
you.
for being an active member of DCM.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.